Back on Buckeye Football Weekly, heading towards the second half, 20-3 at halftime, and you take control. You come out in this game and you strike first, something you always want to do, but set the tone, really.
We really did. I thought we came out and played real well, and what we were hoping to do in this second half was start with our kickoff team, which has been a good cover team, and pin them down, play great defense, and take control of the third quarter, but it didn't get off quite the way we'd hoped. We didn't kick the ball as well as we normally do, and gave them a little bit too good a field position, but we got it turned back around later in the quarter.
And they put together a nice drive. You give credit where credit is due, and here you can see Adam Weber working his troops down into the red zone here.
Yeah, they did a good job throwing to that weak side flat when we were bringing pressure. But then they had that little toss sweep that we snuffed out pretty well, and here again we're putting pressure on Adam Weber, and he had to throw it away, so we forced him to go with the three-pointer. So we got the momentum turned back around at that point, but they did put together a good first drive.
Yeah, 10 plays, 62 yards, 20-6 game. Always important to keep the threes up there versus the sevens, and Beanie's back here in the second half.
Again, pushing forward, good push with the offensive line. Here we are in an empty set. Good job reading the seam on a little bit of an empty look, and a 22-yard catch from Brian Hartline. Then we came back and just ran the power off tackle with Boom Heron, and good downfield blocking of DeVere Posey and Dane Sanzenbacher, and we're knocking at the door. And we had to go with a little bit of a misdirection, and good job of answering and stepping up and really taking control of the game.
Yeah, Boom Heron on a 1st and 10 from the 27 goes 26, and then you've got Terrell just around the corner with a little waltz in. Defense showing up again here. Weber goes down. Yeah.
Nathan Williams and Curtis Terry putting pressure on and forced them to punt, and now we're back, and Todd Beckman's in the game. We started with a little draw play, which had a little read where he could have checked to a pass. And then we came with another play that he checked out of the handoff play and checked into an option play. Todd knows what's going on there, and then he did the option fake, did a good job throwing the ball in the deep comeback to Brian Robisky, and Todd's doing a good job executing.
Yeah, potentially dangerous play all the way across the field with that 15-yard pickup.
Yeah, it was good protection and big play here as they went for it. Our guys putting pressure. The name of the game on defense is to apply pressure and speed, and that was a huge play.
Certainly on the 3rd and 1 from the 35, and Ross Holman coming up with that one, and Beckman up top to Brian Robisky on a 2nd and 16 from the 31.
First play of the fourth quarter, he laid it up in there, threw it perfectly on time. It had to be thrown on time. We didn't have much real estate there, and Brian did a good job of seeing it and making the diving catch.
Good boost for Beckman there to get in the game and to get some positive yardage. Got a field goal on his first drive and got a nice touchdown on this drive.
Good pressure by our guys, and they chased Adam Weber all over the field. They're moving it back down the field, but again, we let him break contain, and he found an open guy in the scramble, and that's why he's a good quarterback.
And then it's going to be Weber here. This is 2nd and goal.
They like to run that dive, and then this time, I'm not sure he was ready for the snap. Then he kind of tossed it, and I was wondering if he was across the line when he made that pitch, but the official said no, and they got in the end zone, and we ran a little bit of a race draw where we start one way and come back the other, and picked up about 20 yards of field position, which after they'd gotten their momentum, we needed to recreate the field position.
Take it back over here in the latter stages, and I know the defense is not going to be happy with giving up any points, but when they come late in the game, certainly not in that situation,
no
especially.
Question. Good break up there by Jamel Hines, and again, good pressure all day long, and he threw it. I think he was throwing to one guy, and the other guy caught it, and you have to give him credit. It was great concentration catching it. Then they went for 2 and threw it in there, and to their credit, got it to 21.
Well, practice pitch and catch right there for Minnesota, but all in all, an outing that you'll take to start Big Ten play here against an opponent like this and get the ball rolling here in league.
Yeah, no question. I think when you come up with a win, get a little bit more momentum, a little bit more experience, some of those younger guys getting a chance to play a little bit more. But, I think we all know that if we're going to have a run at the Big Ten title, it's going to have to go through Camp Randall.
Yeah, and we saw Beanie Wells enter back into this one, and the timing couldn't be better. Yep. Big Ten season right there with a big one next week as well. Not a lot of these guys are going to know a lot about next week's opponent.
No, they've never really been there. Now, they did play them last year. So, our guys know how hard they hit, and they know they're one of the finest teams in the Big Ten, and that we're going to have to be at our very best to compete up there, but I think our guys are looking forward to it.
You wanted to take a step forward in playing with more velocity this week as well. And really the guys on the other side of the ball picked that up also. They said, well, why don't we just jump on board with this and play faster?
Well, you have to play fast because I think you have a lot more fun and you do it a lot more assured as you go through your assignments. And we have to be simple enough as a staff that what we ask them to do, they can know thoroughly and play fast.
All right, well, we're going to take a break real fast here, and we'll be back with our Buckeye Profile segment after this.